But we are inside Cassett's Bat Bowl. And Carol-Gianotti-Block is first up in the semifinal match. She'll be taking on Carolyn-Dorin-Ballard. Big strike for Carol-Gianotti-Block, and don't blink, she's gone. Quick bowler.
Yes, it's her third appearance this year, and she's another one that's been plagued by a couple of injuries.
She has, yeah. Carolyn-Dorin-Ballard up now. Got through that first match. And Kathy, we've talked a little bit about Carolyn and the success she's having this year and the sport condition. And there's been some talk about whether the sport condition favors Carolyn or if she's bowling that well or what the reason is for her success. And I know she had some things to tell us about that.
Well, I think a couple of reasons are Carolyn was on top of her game before we bowled on the sport condition. And I think week to week, because of surface and other things, you tend to find other players that match up. This week, all the girls that like to go around the ball a lot, they like to hook the ball, they bowled great this week. But Carolyn seems to be consistent because her game is so simple. She never gives the pocket away, she makes her spares, and she doesn't try to do anything too fancy. And that's what keeps her in play.
Oh, hook a lot?
She needs a lot of, oh wow. And a huge break off the wall. Oh my, what a big break for Carolyn-Dorin-Ballard, picking up the 2-8 in the very unconventional way, as we just talked about how good she is on her spares. I guess you want to be lucky too. But Kathy, factors that the sport condition has brought back in, things like spare shooting, quick adjustments, knowing your equipment, all of those things are now things of years ago that are now bringing back making some great players. Accuracy
and repeatability, big factors in scoring. One thing Kelly Kulik had said, she needs to learn to repeat better. And that's what you learn out here watching some of these girls like Carolyn that make it every week. She repeats consistently, and that is a huge factor in being successful in the sport condition or any condition for that matter.
And to repeat, as Kelly was saying, you have to have a good fit, a good grip. It starts with that. Go to your pro shop, get a good grip.
Yes, and you have to have confidence in yourself and your equipment, which all of these girls obviously do, or else they wouldn't be here. Trust is a must, or your game is a bust. That's the only way to really put it. You have to trust yourself, more so on the sport condition.
Carol-Gianotti-Block, you briefly mentioned some injuries. I know she has her knee taped up.
She had her knee drained a few months ago in the first swing. Had a little problem with it again a couple of weeks ago, and then pulled her quadricep muscle all on her sliding leg, which puts a lot more pressure on it as she releases the ball. But she's taking care of that knee at the end of the year, and she said she'll be back and better than ever next year, and I don't doubt that.
I don't either. Carol has like many, like you, Kathy, have been through surgeries to try to be able to recoup and stay out here on tour. Our schedule now helps that a bit. With 5 months off, you have the time to rehab, you have a surgery and recoup. But a bad shot by Carol-Gianotti-Block, leaving a washout.
Well, now Carol's playing a lot further deep in than Carolyn because Carol likes to go around them. You can see there, she really projected the ball. She got it in actually a little bit, but it made it skid further right. She may be a little too deep, may need a ball with a little more surface to grab the lane quicker. I'm sure she'll figure it out.
Oh, grabbed the lane a little too quick. So 8 out for Carol-Gianotti-Block. 56 bowlers this week. It took 197 to cash, 199 to make match play. A little bit higher than they've been. Carolyn-Dorin-Ballard in the third frame, working on a strike.
Yes.
You can see she's going a lot more direct, straighter up the lane, but actually Carolyn and Carol's break point is probably close to being at the same point on the lane. It's just how you get to it
where
that
they
makes them different.
Yeah, where they set it down, like what part of the lane they set down, and they're setting down in different areas, but their break point down the lane is the same. Okay. Max score for Carolyn-Dorin-Ballard, 290. Carol-Gianotti-Block, 254.
Good shot. Come on. Yes.
She said it was a good shot, and it was. Carolyn has a lot of confidence in her equipment.
We showed you those averages a little bit ago. Actually, that was from a prior week. The score's a lot higher this week, though still bowling on the sport condition. A few changes made those scores higher. It actually took a 206 average this week, the highest this year, to make the cut.
There were a lot of strikes thrown this week.
Messenger did its job.
Well, Carol takes 5 quick steps, playing the inside line, like we said before. Awesome shot off her hand, gets to the break point. She needed one more.
Look at where we're at. I was talking about for this swing. So you see Jacksonville Open much higher than the other weeks, and a couple of reasons for that, Kathy. He moved. It's still the less than the 2-to-1 ratio in terms of conditioning on the lane, but he moved where the heavier oil is to an area where the players are a little more comfortable.
Yeah, and it actually gave a lot more players with different styles of games to bowl good this week, to score well, get a lot more comfortable. 90% of the girls got to play their A game, which was very important because of where the oil was.
Carol-Gianotti-Block with the spare, but Carolyn-Dorin-Ballard is in the lead by 56 pins. Will continue with the Jacksonville Open in just a moment.